Hey everyone, it's Crystal here. So, how can you deal with when you lie in bed and you're stressed, you're feeling overwhelmed, and you can't find the will within you to just relax, wind down, settle down so you can fall asleep? And when you're in the state of chronic stress, everything feels very overwhelming. And these could be replaying in your mind when you're looking to take some time for yourself to start winding down to rest. And as they replay in your mind, it can start causing constant dialogue in your head. Maybe you're thinking about things and they become looping thoughts where they're just constantly playing over and over again. Maybe you're thinking about future outcomes or possibilities, whatever that may be. Those kinds of thoughts are keeping you up so you're unable to relax so you can fall asleep. And this is going to prevent you from getting good quality sleep. It's going to prevent you from being able to fall asleep for the required amount of time that you need to feel rested. It's gonna take away from your quality, which means when you wake up, you're gonna feel unrested, exhausted, and you're probably gonna notice that your mood is gonna be hindered somewhat, some way. So, what can you do? Because if you stay in this state, the state of the inability to fall asleep because you have these thoughts, or the inability to even relax to bring you to that state of sleep, what can you do so you don't find yourself going down the road of burnout, where then you'll experience some more critical factors like perhaps insomnia, or perhaps you oversleep and you get more than enough sleep, but you don't feel rested when you wake up, or not re-energizing yourself when you do wake up each morning. So what can you do about this as you lie there in bed wanting to fall asleep? It starts with how your mind is processing the stress. So if you're bringing the stress with you into the bedroom, that's probably gonna stay with you, of course, till you go into unconscious state. So learning how to leave the baggage at the door, deal with the stress as it comes, and developing some really useful enhancing coping tools that can help you deal with this relaxation. But first and foremost, the bigger issue is dealing with your mind, the thoughts that are within there that are causing you feel stress, the events that have occurred that have caused you to feel overwhelmed and stressed. Dealing with some of these and the way that they affect you on a short-term and a long-term level is truly critical in overcoming a lot of the problems that we all have in our lives. And it's not about getting rid of the problem or always solving the problem, but it's how we get affected by the problem, our interpretation of them, how we allow them to enter into our minds and into our lives, and the control that they have over us. And our mind is the greatest factor that we can control, but it takes some realization that that's even possible, that you can even do that. And when you're able to do that and change the way your mind works, then your body follows. So that means if you change these stressful, overwhelming thoughts, sensations, and feelings, then everything else will go along with it, which means then you'll be able to change that tense type of mode when you're going to bed to be more of a relaxed, gentle type of sensation. So once you do that, then different sensations would arise. But if you're going to bed with that kind of mind state, then you're gonna feel these types of sensations that are related to that. So it's all about working through your mind, and your mind is the greater controller of the body. And so your mind follows your body. That means then whatever you're thinking, whatever's going through your head, your body will follow. So knowing that, and knowing the fact that you can't find a moment to relax, you can't seem to fall asleep, that can be the be all end all answer to trying to gain that restful quality sleep by changing your mind and how that works. And of course, supplementing with some other things that are very therapeutic. For instance, for my own self, I always practice mindfulness meditation before I go to sleep. So I do a 15, 20-minute meditation before I sleep. And sometimes I fall asleep before I even get to the end. And I also intentionally set an alarm on my phone and turn off my phone on a do not disturb mode. So I don't get attracted to check messages or no one can bother me. I have to disconnect and allow myself to unwind for the day. And that starts way before I even hit my bed and go to sleep. So it's about setting yourself up for success in that way and really finding some things that can help you start unwinding as you move towards your bedtime. And that can be perhaps just some relaxation techniques, some bedtime yoga. Maybe it just is lying with your significant other or being with yourself and having a great book to read or whatever helps you kind of start breaking down the day and stepping away from your typical daily chores or requirements of you and really give yourself that time to engage in something more therapeutic, engage in something that you really enjoy, and engage in something that really brings you that level of comfort and safety. So even for my own self at night, I really like to spend some time with my husband and my loved ones, my dog, and just have that time with each other to have that quality moment in our lives as we're working all day long. That's your prime time moment there, your prime time in your day. So finding the time to engage in things that really bring you a level of peace and calmness and really speak to you, makes you happy, brings you that content feeling. All of those coupled with what I mentioned before with your thoughts and taking control of your mind and how they rule you really can give you that whole experience of being able to truly, deeply relax and really would require very little effort after a little while of doing it. So consider looking at how your thoughts are affecting your relaxation, what sensations it sends throughout your body. Consider even what's that doing to you when you're lying in bed and what's happening with you while you're there. And then also look at how you wake up in the morning and what that all looks like for yourself. And if it's not in a way that you truly feel like it's benefiting you, then there are ways to change that through a mental conditioning and the thoughts that you have. And also, like I said, therapeutic additions with that as well. So I hope you're able to get some value out of that today. I'll see you soon.